morning, my name is Chris Shelton. Thank you for joining me. Today we're working with day number 13, the 30 Days of Qigong to Better Health. You know, over the last almost 2 weeks now, we've been working on different practices in order to help to benefit our overall well-being. And a lot of times people will ask me and say, Chris, you know, you have so many practices to teach. Do we have to do those practices every single day? And I say, no. What will happen is that once you've gone through the 30 days of Qigong, you're going to pick and choose what practices you need. Now, ultimately, I think that there are some practices that are really important. The center and balance meditation is really important because it gives you a tool in order for you to become very conscious and aware of your body. The microcosmic orbit meditation is a great meditation to open up the two major acupuncture vessels of the body, the governing and the conception channels. The white pearl meditation that we always finish up with is really good too because number one, it pulls you out of your head and pulls you back into your body, as well as helps to restore the vitality of the kidneys, which is this prenatal essence or this precious commodity that helps us sustain our life. And we want to conserve it as we age, then that way we don't suffer the side effects of when that energy of the kidneys depletes too quickly. But some of the other practices that we've done are the chi clearing exercises. Those are pretty good. My favorite one ultimately is the shaking the tree exercise, because we always, or every once in a while, or some people it's always on a day-to-day basis, but we have to deal with things that cause trauma, and when that trauma comes in, then we tend to stuff it down. And that shaking the tree helps you to get rid of the vibration. Then we went through the collecting between heaven and earth energy. It's a good way just to center yourself, feel this groundedness of this receptive energy of earth and this creative yang energy of heaven, and pulling that energy in together. And then from there we went into practices like the Five Yin Organ Exercises, where we have to work with the different internal organs in order to help to maintain or restore balance. And we talked about how the different negative emotions will affect these different organs. So that practice there, the Five Yin Organ Exercises, the microcosmic orbit, the center and balance meditation, the white pearl meditation, are really the I guess you would say like the main practices right now I'd recommend that a student focuses on. Then yesterday's practice, day number 12, we went ahead and we worked on collecting that earth's energy back. We also did massaging the yang organs, and we have also done brushing the meridians. So I've given you, on every day now, we've built one practice on top of the next, on top of that, on top of the next. But I've given you basically a simple startup with pulling down the heavens, followed by clearing the energy, followed by the center of balance meditation, and then from there we went into whatever the next practice was. But today what I'd like to give you is wrapping all that up as we come into almost 2 weeks of the 30 days of Qigong. And I'm going to go through every single practice that we've learned up to this point. And when you develop your own practice, you could actually decide whether you want to spend much more time or not on a specific organ exercise, for example, or a specific meditation like the white pearl meditation. What I'm going to be doing here is just giving you a piece or something to follow along with that will help to incorporate all these practices. And all these practices are really, really important because ultimately they help to regain balance, in particular help to get rid of the negative emotions that affect different organs of the body, which then creates disease. And then from there, what we're trying to do is that we're trying to increase our overall vitality. And if you are somebody that's watching this that suffers from chronic sinus problems, chronic headaches or whatever, the goal is that through doing these practices every single day, then what will happen is that you actually will wake up one day and you'll say, wow, when did that go away? When did I stop living on the Sudafed? When did I stop living on the Tylenol, the aspirin? You know, you won't notice when it changes, but it changes. Or if you have acid reflux or GERD or menstrual problems, I mean, there's a whole number of things, autoimmune conditions. The ultimate goal here is to empower people to where they realize that they don't have to be sick or in pain, that there is a way that you can become your own doctor in a way that you actually can help to change the process of disease through these ancient, simple practices. Okay, let's begin. So, if we're standing, we're going to start off standing by standing out with our feet out, about shoulders width apart. The knees are slightly bent, the sacrum's tucked underneath, pressing back the Ming Men. Tucking the chin, which then presses up at the crown point at the top of the head. Tip the tongue, gently curl to the roof of the mouth behind the teeth as if saying the letter N. Gently hollowing out the armpits, allowing for the arms to gently float above the thighs. If you're seated and doing this, then same thing, tuck the sacrum, if possible, tuck the sacrum, and then the knees out about shoulders width apart if possible. The hands resting on top of the knees, either face down or face up. Tucking the chin, pressing up on the crown point if possible, and then tip the tongue to the roof of the mouth behind the teeth. If you're in a position to where you can't stand or sit and do these practices, lay down, or if you're somebody who's bedridden, you believe it or not, just by using your creative visualization, you could actually visualize doing these practices while you're watching this video. And this too, from this creative visualization and this conscious connection with what we're doing here, can also help to make change. So I really love Qigong because it does not discriminate against people, no matter what their capabilities are. So, from the Wu Ji posture, breath long, steady, even, and deep into the lower dantian. You'll begin by breathing, inhaling, pulling down the heavens 3 times. Exhale. Inhaling. Gathering the energy. Exhale. Calming your mind, spirit, energy. Exhale. Bring the arms up. Exhale. Gazing at the tips of the fingers, allow for any excessive thoughts, feelings, or emotions to flow off, going several feet away from the body and down deep into the ground. Allow the thoughts of the morning to disperse. Any tension, tightness. And then from there, we slow down, coming back to the center, and inhaling. And exhale. Inhale, gather, and exhale. And again, inhale. Allowing the white light to flow down through the body, through the feet, and deep into the ground. And then from here, bring the feet a little bit closer together, begin to lightly bounce. Focusing first on the ankles, allow for any tension the ankles to release. Next, the knees, any tension or tightness in the knees. Releases out through the bottom of the feet as a dark cloud of energy going down deep into the ground. And then from here, hips, groin, low back. Allow for that all to release out through the bottom of the feet and down deep into the earth. Next, the center of the back and chest. Any emotions, tension on the spine. Allow for that to release out from this gentle shaking, guiding out through the body, out through the feet, and deep into the ground. And then next, the fingers, the wrists, releasing all of that. Elbows, shoulders, head and neck. Releasing all tension or tightness from these areas as well, guiding out through the arms, out through the fingertips, and deep into the ground. And then from here, we're going to inhale, pull it up, exhale. Inhaling, pulling up, and release. So pulling up the golden light and then releasing out any dark toxicity from the body. And releasing out, and then back into our Wu Ji posture again. Shaking the tree, inhaling up. And again, up. Last one, up. And then pull that energy back 3 times. Inhale. Exhale. Gathering. Exhale. And again, third pull, pushing out any heat or vibration from the body. And then from there, gently close the eyes, tuck the chin, press up at the crown point. Lightly squeeze the anal sphincter muscle, relax the body, allowing for the breath to be long, steady, even, and deep into the lower abdomen. The center of balance meditation. Imagine warm oil that begins to flow from the top of the head down through the forehead, the brow bones, eyebrows, and eyes, through the temples, the side of the head, the nose, the cheeks, the lips, the chin and jaw structure, inch by inch, cell by cell, tissue by tissue, down through the front of the neck and throat, the upper chest and shoulders, and through the biceps, elbow creases, forearms, wrists, palms of the hands, and the fingertips. And then from there, this warm oil flows from the base of the neck and throat and through the chest and abdomen and through the waist, through the groin, through the thighs, through the knees, the shins, ankles, the top of the feet and toes, all connecting, all flowing off deep into the ground. And from there, feel the entire front of your body from head to toe, and feel what's in front of you. Feel as much to the left as well as to the right. Just being conscious and aware of your body. Next, starting at the crown point, warm oil begins to melt down through the scalp and the back of the head and ears, through the neck and shoulders, and through the triceps, elbows, the forearms, wrists, back of the hands leading all the way out to the fingertips. The upper back, the mid back, the low back, through the waist, through the buttocks, hamstrings, back of the knees, calves, ankles, heels, all connecting, all flowing off deep into the ground. And from there, feel the entire back of your body from head to toe. Feel everything simultaneously. Now feel just as much in the front as you do in the back, as well as to the left and to the right. And then from there, connecting with your higher power, just imagine a white light that fills up through the center of the body. You now see and feel what's going on inside of you. You fill up the brain, the skull, the surrounding tissues. Beneath the brain, the left and right hemispheres of the brain, you feel the nerve endings behind the eyes. You feel the eyes, the bones of the cheeks, the muscles, the veins and capillaries, hypothalamus. Feel the sinuses, the brainstem, the inner ear, the teeth, the tongue, jaw. Traveling down each vertebra of the neck and throat, feel the muscles and arteries of the neck. Branching off into the shoulders, feeling the bones and muscles of the shoulders, chest, upper back. Flowing into the center of the biceps, triceps, and elbow creases, and into the forearms. Feeling all the small bones, tendons, ligaments of the wrists, hands, and fingers. And then from there, this white light travels and touches every rib. Feel each rib as it wraps around to the spine on the back. Feel the heart, the lungs, the liver and gallbladder, stomach and spleen, the intestines, the bladder, the kidneys right opposite the navel. Traveling down each vertebra into the sacrum, the hip bone, the pelvic bone. You now feel the bones of the legs, the muscles surrounding them, the center of the knees, the center of the shins and calves, the ankles, all the small bones, tendons, ligaments of the ankles, feet, and toes, and allow for this white light to flow down deep into the ground. And then from there, imagine your feet melting into the floor. From there, you imagine roots growing out all the way to the center core of the earth from the bottoms of the feet. Then as you inhale, begin to pull golden light up, the roots up the legs into the abdomen as we inhale. Then as we exhale, flowing back down, out the legs, out the roots, and down deep into the ground. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Feel this golden light come up, releasing out any dark, heavy energy out through the legs, through the feet, and deep into the earth. Inhaling, exhaling. And then on the next inhalation, pulling the energy straight up the spine, up over the top of the head, down the front of the face, the chest, the abdomen, flowing through the microcosmic orbit, small heaven breathing, also referred to as Jupiter's orbit meditation. Inhaling up the spine, up through the central nervous system, up over the top of the head, down through the front of the face, the chest, the abdomen. Guiding the energy down, doing one last circuit, and exhale. And then from there, pulling down the heavens 3 times, inhaling, exhaling, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhaling. And then from here, brushing the meridians, lifting the arms up, brushing over the top of the body, exhaling down through the sides, inhaling, pulling the energy up, crossing over, brushing underneath the armpits and out. Inhaling, brushing over the yang organs or yang channels on the outside of the body. Inhaling, and only bending over as far as you could go, and exhale. Inhaling. As we come up on the inner aspect of the arms, we're working with the lungs, heart, and pericardium. As we brush the outside, acupuncture meridians, large, small intestines, triple burner channel through the top of the head, gallbladder, bladder, stomach meridians, inside the legs, liver, spleen, kidneys as we come up. Two more. Inhale. Last one. Collecting the energy back 3 times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Releasing out any heat, thoughts. Exhale. And then from there, massaging the yang organs, bring the arms up. Exhale. Working with the gallbladder, bladder, intestines, stomach. As you inhale, the arms come up. Imagine golden light coming up into the legs, into the abdomen as we inhale. As we exhale, any dark, heavy energy flows out the legs, out the roots, and down deep into the ground. Feeling the energy, staying present. And then from there, coming back, inhaling. And exhale. In. And release, exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And from here, collecting heaven and earth. Inhale as we squat and lift, pulling down the yang energy from heaven, pulling up the yin energy from earth. Exhale, inhale, last one. And then from there, pulling down the heavens 1 time, going directly into the heart move as though you're holding a ball, press, inhaling, exhaling. The heart working with the small intestine, the pericardium. Cleansing out the negative emotions of overexcitation, too much joy, mania. Heart being the emperor of the body, taking the brunt of all the emotions. If you want to do it more simplified, like you're cradling a baby, press. Positive virtue of love comes in. And come back to the middle, pulling down the heavens 1 time, inhale. And exhale. The fingers become like a long haul of straws, inhaling, pulling the energy up, making a diamond with the fingers, and finding a focal point on the ceiling or in the sky. Inhaling center, exhaling as you turn, working with the spleen and stomach. Worry, pensive, anxiety, over-intellectualizing weakens the stomach and spleen. Positive virtue of peace of mind, serenity comes in. Or if you want an easier way to do this, shoulders start to get tired, press, shifting your weight back and forth using the legs as a pump. Just gaze at the palm. And then coming back to the center. Pulling down the heavens one time, inhale. And exhale. Going directly into the lung move. Push out, open, inhale. Push out, open, inhale, collect back into the chest. Lungs are harmed by the negative emotions of grief, sadness, sorrow, disappointment. The positive virtue of courage comes forth when the sorrow leaves. So as you inhale, pulling the white light into the lungs. Then as you exhale, feel that dark, turbid energy flow away, going several feet away from the fingers and down deep into the ground. Relax the elbows, relax the shoulders. Then we pull the energy in, pushing the energy down. Going directly into the kidney move, gazing at the back of the palm, exhaling. In this case here, I got the left hand on the right kidney, gazing at the right palm, and then as the right palm comes up, gazing at the back of the hand. Kidneys are harmed by the emotions of fear, fright, and shock. Shock can be seen as something that you've experienced, or if you survive some kind of trauma in your life, and that includes a severe illness, cancer, severe flu bug, car accident. The positive virtue is the virtue of willpower and gentleness. Then we're going to come to the top and switch, now going the opposite direction. The left kidney deals with kidney yin, which is the yin is the basis of all the cooling substances inside the body. According to Chinese medicine, that's the foundation for blood, sweat, digestive fluids, navel fluids. Spinal fluids. The right kidney deals with kidney yang, which is the heat or the motive force which moves blood and all the transformational processes in the body, as well as heat. They say that comes from the right kidney. And then coming back and pulling down one time, inhale and exhale. Holding a ball, press. Now working with the liver and the gallbladder. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale as you squeeze through the center. Inhale as you pull back. The liver is harmed by the negative emotions of anger, frustration, rage, resentment, hatred. That also can turn to sorrow when it's held on to for a long period of time, which then in turn flows into depression. The positive virtue that comes forth when the hate, the anger, the resentment leaves is a positive virtue of kindness, creativity. And then from there, pull the energy back, pulling down the heavens one time. Gather. Exhale. Going directly into restoring earthly energy. Inhale, soft fists. Exhale. Making a circle, pulling in. Two more. And last one. And then pulling down the heavens 3 times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhaling. Inhale. And exhaling. Placing the hands over the lower abdomen as you inhale. 1 inch below the navel, imagine a white mystical pearl forming underneath the hands. Collecting the energy of your body, the space around you. As you exhale, imagine this white pearl restores the vitality of the kidneys on the low back. Inhaling, expanding. Exhaling, filling up the kidneys. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Pearl gets thicker and brighter. Exhale. Feel the warmth restore the kidneys on the low back. Last one. And exhale. Slowly open your eyes, shaking out your feet, and relax. Wow, there you go. There's a whole series of practices that we've done over the last 13 days, and you can make these practices longer. You can mix them, but right now I think what's really important is like I said in the very beginning, is certain meditations like center balance meditation, microcosmic orbit, these 5 Yin Organ Exercises, as well as the white pearl meditation. We want to make sure that we're circulating energy and that we're also starting to utilize these tools to process past traumas. So as you're doing these yin organ exercises, focus on something associated with that organ. You know, if it's the lungs, focus on something that's created grief in your life. Even if you think that you've gotten over it, chances are somewhere it's still lying there in the tissues. Focus on it, feel it, pretend like it, or imagine that it's just now occurring. Who's there? Who was involved? What were the circumstances like? bring it to the present, and then as you do the movement, imagine it as a dark cloud going several feet away from the body and down deep into the ground. So from here, we're going to continue on, but like I said, just thought I'd give you a series of practices put together to see what it all looked like, and we're going to continue tomorrow with the healing sounds, which are some of my favorite practices to do because I like any practice that creates the most amount of change, and these sound vibrational practices that we're going to be doing over the next several days are just amazing. So stay tuned. Once again, my name is Chris Shelton. This is day 13 of the 30 Days of Qigong to Better Health. I have a saying that Qigong is a simple practice with profound results.